I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm a little drained today, man. There's a lot of racial conversations going on. It's heavy out here, man. But we gotta pioneer this thing. We gotta keep the conversation going. And growing this conversation it is. What's up? It's your girl Dior Ashley Brown. And I'm just trying this thing out, y'all. I'm trying this thing out here in the interwebs, having a conversation about a lot of the things that are out here in the world. And these thoughts, these opinions are all of my own, okay? So if you don't like what I say, you can tune out, go to another station, whatever. I do welcome a request. So if anybody wants to jump in on the conversation, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to jump in on the conversation, you're more than welcome. You know what I'm saying? We'd love to hear your thoughts as a part of this, because for real, I was so worried about this going under the radar. I saw a post, I saw an image with Viola Davis speaking. I'm going to play that here in a second. And I was like, this is a necessary conversation. Y'all know how I feel about value, okay? This is a necessary conversation about value. So, I wanted to bring it here so that way it got some platform on my platform, and that even though, you know, Viola Davis is known all around the world, I wanted to make sure that we really pull out this conversation and pay attention to these new facts, this new information that I have received. Okay, so yeah, I just want to let y'all know I'm been playing these background mixes, but if there are any creative producers, any creative musicians who can create some instrumentals, I'm all about getting y'all that love. I will definitely play your music in the undertone of these videos that go about 40 minutes. I put them on the IG Live and I put them on YouTube. So, you know, I love sharing that love. What's up, sis? What's going on? What's that say? I am Maddox. What's up, Maddox? What's up? What up, Megaloosh? What up, Raquel's Live Cuisine? Hey, yo, y'all, follow Raquel's Live Cuisine. She's got the vegan dishes. They're delicious. She delivers them to you if you're in DC. So holla at your girl, Raquel's Live Cuisine. She may even be selling a cookbook. Who knows? Make sure you follow my girl. Anyway, back at it. So again, thoughts and opinions are my own. I want to vent. I want to hear what you got to say too. You know what I'm saying? I'm about that free form, because I believe that intellectuals need the space for free flowing conscious thought, so that we can articulate what our needs are for our communities, be able to build and really get clear. You know what I'm saying? Because like, there's just so much coming at us in the interwebs. There's so many conversations happening. There's so much POC, being politically correct. So there, you know, yeah, look. Let's get clear out here. Let's have some conversations, but like, let's make them effective, and let's have some action behind them. So let me know y'all are all right. Go ahead, let me know. What's up, Nate? What's going on? What up, Nate? What's up, Marah? What's going on? So yeah, like any like thoughts you have during this process, you know, go ahead and throw them in the comments. I'm all about that. All right. So we did the check-in, and let's talk about this right here. Right? Viola Davis, pay me what I'm worth. I'm going to play a quick snippet. I'm going to turn down the music and play a quick snippet. It's only 2 minutes long for y'all to hear what she says. It's quite shocking.
The Oscar, all right? I got the Emmy. I got the 2 Tonys. I've done Broadway. I've done off-Broadway. I've done TV. I've done film. I've done all of it. I have a career that's probably comparable to Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Sigourney Weaver. They all came out of Yale. They came out of Juilliard. They came out of NYU. They had the same path as me. And yet I am nowhere near them. Not as far as money, not as far as job opportunities, nowhere close to it. But I have to get on that phone and people say, you're a black Meryl Streep. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that, you pay me what I'm worth. You give me what I'm worth.
Y'all heard that? Did y'all gather that? She said, I got resumes on resumes. She said, I got Oscars, Grammys, Tonys. I mean, I got a butler. No, she didn't say that, but she said, okay, cool. Send me your request, y'all. She said a lot of things here. You've heard it many times, huh, Giselle? Okay. She said, I got the Oscars, the Tonys, the degree, the film, the plays, the everything. And I still don't make the same amount of money as my white counterpart. She said I got it all, right? And it's real crazy. It's real crazy out here. And it's real. This is a necessary conversation because I mean a few of my personal arguments, being a career musician, working to be a career musician, I really feel that people do not. Is this what's going on? Hold up, y'all. I think I know why we having problems here. Hold on. I got you. How's that sound? I think that's why we've been having sound problems. I see what's going on. Let me get this tight. Hold on, y'all. Bam. Okay, we back in here. Y'all hear me? So you may not have heard that very well. It was a quick clip, and then I see what's happening. All right, so let's get this part tight here. Okay. All right, send me a request. Who was that? That was Maddox. Send me a request so we can get your opinion on the segment there. Okay. All right. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm still working out this sound thing. So, okay, cool. So, yeah, being a career musician, working to be a career musician, it's interesting that when I introduce my value, when I ask what I feel like I should be paid for any opportunity, sometimes I'm met with shock. Sometimes I'm met with shock when I'm even asked to charge at all. And I'm like, yo, I don't know if you knew before you hired me that, I studied this, I'm saying, being a performer. I went to school for this. I started really, really young doing this. And then, I invest in my music, I invest in recording it. I invest in making the videos for it. I invest in getting it on different platforms. I invest in time in creating it. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody paint a piece of art, immediately there's a sense of value. If I want that art in my house, I got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes there's training, and sometimes it's just, that natural gift where people learn how to paint, or they learn how to create an awesome t-shirt with some words on it, or any other artwork they decide, and they sell that, and that's accepted. So, here, it's the same thing with our art. It's the same thing with the musician. It's when you appreciate and you see them creating, checking into their value, and instead of checking out when they ask for it, is a response that should be happening. Kind of went all over the place there, but is a response that should be happening. We should be valuing everyone and all forms of art. You know what I'm saying? Unless, of course, people half-assing out here in these streets where we ain't got time for it. But if somebody is investing in their art and you want them to perform in your space, and they're like, yo, this is what it costs them to show, okay, there's always room to negotiate. But make sure there's a space for negotiation, and you're not devaluing someone and immediately writing them off because they're asking to be valued and their art to be valued. So now that I think that our sound is a little bit, y'all, I messed it up. Sound is a little bit better. I'm going to play just a little part of her clip again, and anybody who wants to get in, just there's a little, as soon as you pop in, if you scroll to the top, you can hit the request button. I'd love to hear y'all feedback and see what you all think. What do you say here? Art of Omi said time equals money, period. Yo, I mean, like my friend Raquel would say, it's a part of the principle too. What did you say, Raquel? She said yes, we should, because art is needed to take the stress off of life. Yes. Art is a stress reliever as well. But I do find that it's unfortunate that because she's a black woman, that there's also disparity to this day. That there's also disparity to this day. And I really didn't want this story to get lost, because it really bothered me, that here we are in 2020, because this is a recent interview, like a couple of days old, I think, or maybe a week old, where she's talking about how she's not making more money or making equal money than her white counterparts, you know what I'm saying, that being male and female. And I find that, and she's called the Black Meryl Streep, but she ain't even getting the value that Meryl Streep does. And I find that to be highly unfortunate. And this is the time we need to wake up and,
We need to wake up and see our value. What did you say, Maddox? Be confident in giving your price. Right. Okay. Yeah. Know your worth and add tax is what they say. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to hear stories like this, especially from black women who inspire me, you know, because when I see someone with that type of famous, right, that type of platform, you know, it really bothers me that she's not receiving her value because she's goals for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I want to one day be able to fill houses and know that I could receive a sustainable value being that recognized. You know what I'm saying? Like to be recognized is expensive. You lose your personal space. You're all over, you possibly all over TMZ, or you're being interviewed all the time, or people taking pictures of you didn't ask for. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's expensive for you to be recognized by millions. You know, and so and then people, I'm sure, can't equate. You know that if you are this person who is seen worldwide, that you are not receiving your value enough to sustain and even to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, y'all. It's your girl, Dior Ashley Brown. We are taking the image, Viola Davis, a beautiful Viola Davis, you know what I'm saying, and taking the title, Pay Me What I'm Worth, man. This is what the conversation's about, you know? What's up, Okeezy? What's going on? Let's see what the comments are saying here. Maddox says, be confident in giving your price. Okay, women will always be downgraded when securing and retaining clients. Ooh, that's a heavy conversation, y'all. The fact that this right here, women will always be downgraded, like that's a belief that is known. When securing and retaining clients, we got to treat women better, and especially black women. You hear me? So self-confidence and self-worth plays a big part, as well as education. Yes. If I could speak on that, when you say self-confidence and self-worth, I do think that a lot of us do not know our value, do not know. But then again, I mean, there's not a lot of compared to. There's not a lot of transparency. There's not a lot of information to know that, you know, somebody who's making $1 million in a film and you're making $500,000, and why? You know, there's not a lot of like, wow, like some people cannot fathom that type of wealth. I mean, even Viola Davis came from poverty. You know, oh man, she talks about it in this interview, which you can also find on your own. The platform to be able to watch that video is called Woman in the World. Woman in the World. What's up, Bronze Royalty? What's up, sis? Okay, what Giselle says, 1/10 of what the white women get. This is Viola Davis. It hurts because I see it even on my level. Wow. Exactly. And frankly, I'm tired of it. And it's another reason why I started DC Music Summit, because I wanted artists to be informed, and especially those of color, that you can have multi-income streams, which I'm learning in this business, and there's other ways to acquire that wealth. And then also knowing that what you do is unique in that moment that, you know, a corporate entity, you know, someone who wants to do events hires you and your band. There's a lot of things to consider. There's things to consider, like your time, the rehearsals you have, the travel to that space, you know, or even the conditions or restrictions they may put on you in your art for whatever event they're having. So those are things to consider when you're talking about your value, you know? So we have to get informed, and I wanted DC Music Summit to be a space where we could be informed, where people can get true resources to sustain. There's plenty of room out here. The whole dynamic is changing. You know what I'm saying? You can create your audience. You can create how it looks like on any given platform. It's a new day. It's a new day. Giselle said, it's true. My male musician friends get paid because people are willing to pay them more. Sheesh, right? Right. So it's time to talk about gender disparity. It's time to talk about why black women are marginalized in this case. It's time to talk about it. It's time. Maddox says, I have a 30-year career, and young white women have come in off the streets or past me, and then I master trained them. Whoo, y'all. It's time to unearth these things. This is no longer sustainable. You know what I'm saying? Like you've got to respect and value people of color. You gotta respect and value black people. You got to value and respect women of color. It's the conversation. It's the time. It's no longer time to think that this is no longer a problem, that it doesn't exist. It's time to unearth these things, man. It's time to wake up. It's time to call your birthright, call your value. It's time. Ardomi says the opera industry needs to be decolonized. Ooh, we're going to have to talk about that. You guys, I'm accepting requests. If you want to come in on this conversation, you can go ahead in the request there. I'm going to play this Viola Davis piece now that I got the sound straight and everything. We're going to try this one more time. I appreciate y'all and y'all patience, man. This is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying here. I'm learning this out. We're going to get this funky. Watch. It's going to be bad. Here we go.
We won't talk about gender inequality of pay because a lot of the women who've stepped forward, and I stand in solidarity with them, okay? What they're getting paid, which is half of what a man is getting paid, well, we get probably 1/10 of what a Caucasian woman gets. And I'm number one on the call sheet. And then I have to go in and I have to hustle for my worth. That's what I feel like I'm doing. When I demand what I feel, listen, I have more than a 30-year professional career. I had a friend who said, yeah, but Viola, your career is better than my career. I said, yeah, but you can't compare me to you. Because once again, I got the Oscar, I got the Emmy, I got the 2 Tonys. I've done Broadway, I've done off-Broadway, I've done TV, I've done film, I've done all of it. I have a career that's probably comparable to Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Sigourney Weaver. They all came out of Yale. They came out of Juilliard. They came out of NYU. They had the same path as me. And yet, I am nowhere near them. Not as far as money, not as far as job opportunities, nowhere close to it. And yet, I have to constantly get on that phone, and I have fabulous agents, by the way. They are getting it. But I have to get on that phone, and people say, you're a black Meryl Streep. You are, and we love you. We love you. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that? You pay me what I'm worth. You give me what I'm worth. And even in terms of roles, because when I delve into a role, I want something complicated too. I do. Just like building the most unbelievable structure, a sculptor wants to build the most unbelievable building. That's how I feel. That's what I do as a human being, as an artist. I want to build the most complicated human being. But what I get is the third girl from the left.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that, right? So, Viola Davis is talking about her value. You know what I'm saying? She's talking about how deep the gap is between her and her white counterparts who she shared the same trek, went to the same awesome schools, did the same amazing films and theater, and and is still not gaining her worth or having that equal pay in even that space. All right, Pacific Alien. All right, I'm gonna bring you in here. Let's see what we talking about in here. What's going on? The conversation is pay me what I'm worth. Viola Davis, black women and disparities. Yeah. Hey, what's up? How you doing, girl?
It's so nice to see you after all this time.
You as well.
You talking about it. This is something that we don't talk about at all.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? What are you feeling from hearing that piece?
This hit home, especially with creatives of color, because the more that I try to decolonize and try to reconnect with my ancestors, I start to learn more and more about why the value that's put on melanin, especially when it comes to culture. Like, our cultures are things like oral traditions, things like putting our stories and our triumphs and passing it down in different creative ways.
Exactly.
In our music, in everything that we do, dance, and you see that reflected whenever we try to see our cultures. So when I try to figure out why America or anybody that puts any type of value, like why they put creatives down, I saw this one quote by Lord Macaulay's address, or like, is it okay if I read it?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay. He said, and this is in 1835. So
okay. But before you read it, tell the people who you are real quick.
Oh, hi. My name is Ella. My at is at Pacific Alien, and
Word.
I'm in. Well, I have very little content out there because it's real hard to get content out there, and I get
Okay.
eyes on it. So that's why I'm doing the research to understand why. But
Amazing. Amazing. Yes, please share
so
the
much.
quote. No
So
problem.
he said, I have traveled across the length and breadth of India, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture. For if the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. This was in 1835.
Did I just hear the Willie Lynch letter? Another remix. Can we hear that one more time? And the name of that individual again, please?
Okay, this is Lord. Oh, these titles of this English man. This is Lord Macaulay, whatever.
Okay, no problem. You're going to put that in the comments. You're going to put that in the comments. But let's hear that quote again.
Right. This is Lord Macaulay's address to the British Parliament after travel. Because you know these people had ships and they like to, travel. So this is what he said. I have traveled across the length and breadth of India. And you could replace India with any melanin, any place with melanin. And he said, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture. For if the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. And I believe they succeeded, especially in America, when it comes to capitalism, when it comes to any type of voice that goes against the white dollar. Yeah.
How do you feel about seeing, like, you said, what year was that you found that article? I mean, that piece.
He wrote this on February 2nd, 1835.
Wow, in 1835, right?
New.
How do you feel about reading that and seeing what's prevalent today here in 2020 and in a whole new millennia? Like, how do you feel about that?
I see its growth. This is then
the growth of that teaching,
because it has been instilled. It's it's like when a person of color grows through the education system that they have built versus culture, and they wonder, why am I only speaking English, but I'm not an English person? Why am I only reading about the triumphs of white people? Even their mistakes somehow are twisted to glorify white culture. And then I noticed my area being creative arts, being something that my people have passed down, something a way for me to voice my ancestors. I see that, it's real hard to voice my ancestors in the crown jewel of colonization. That's what America is, because they had ships. They went everywhere, took who they wanted because they felt like it, and then brought them here to build their idea of what success is. And it's still very alive. And I don't know, it's so hard to be alive during that because it's gone on so long. It's like, I see what they were talking about losing our self-esteem. I see what they meant by replacing our culture into believing that things that are English, like their dollar bills, which has everything that they
is the way
flavors on our dollar bills. It's just it's like, okay, so they knew what they were doing. That's why culture is put down in every shape and form. That's why, so for
domination, right,
like,
for pillaging, for taking.
Right, when I heard you speaking on it, I was like, yes. Like,
because the conversation can't stop this. The conversation can't stop. We got to unearth these things. We've got to talk the truth so that we can be liberated and be the amazing beings that we are, and also lift off and go after our birthrights and our crowns and our value and our sustainability, you know, and also value Black art, Black culture, Black people, people of color. Let's get it.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Thank you so much for like just because
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I had to like, come into it.
Yeah. How did you hear about, I mean, how did you feel in hearing Viola Davis just now?
Oh, Viola Davis
Yeah.
is the top tier because everybody
Yeah.
freaks out when they see her.
Oh,
Everybody,
awesome.
when it comes to
Awesome
films,
actress.
when it comes to movies, and then you go into the backstory. This is her time, like with her testimony.
Yes.
She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm up here, but we know, but there are some obstacles that I have to face literally just because of the way that I'm built.
Yeah.
And because of the place that I'm put in. We're melanin that are displaced. And these are our obstacles to be great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. What are you doing right now in your daily life? What are you doing now to change the narrative? What are you doing now to decolonize minds or introduce a more progressive way of thought? What are you doing?
Oh, well, being so I'm 20 years old, still in college, and it's real interesting because people have this thing about not listening to me because I'm too young, but they have this.
Oh,
this
so, huh?
where, they have this thing about like, and then, so it seems like every single time I speak out, it's like, oh, well, you don't know. I'm like, well, I have 20 years of experience of being melanin. I remember the very first time, like, somebody told me that I couldn't make it because they thought I wasn't capable of it with no reason.
Wow.
Back in first grade. So it's that idea of
poor
bringing
baby.
that young spirit and saying like, hey, this was happening long before me. This is something that my ancestors bled for. This is something that melanin continues to suffer through. So it's better if you like hear my perspective. So that's why I put it out there regardless of what people say.
Yeah.
So I'll say some spicy stuff on my story. I'll say some very spicy stuff. But it's okay because they need to hear it. Like you said, these are hard conversations we got to put out.
Can't stop having these conversations. That's right. I appreciate you so, sister. I really do. Thank you so much for bringing on that quote and informing us. And please, in the comments, if you can, put the link or the name so people can research this for themselves, because we need to get that cited information.
Know that they knew, right?
They saying thanks for sharing. They saying that's why we can hardly come together. That's right. Thank you, baby girl. I appreciate that. See, y'all know what time it is. Shout out my baby sister right there, Pacific. She is over there talking that truth. You hear me? She said at 1800, this man, Lord Muslim, blah, 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 was trying to break down high moral values and break down the culture for dominance. So, it wasn't just the Willie Lynch letter I'm learning here. There's so many different letters, so many different sciences to break down the spirit and beautiness of the beautiness and beauty of the people. So this is a conversation that need to keep going, y'all. We need to get Black people and their culture valued. Value Black culture. Value Black art. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why Viola Davis should be getting not even at the same equal rate as her counterparts for her work, or just even getting what she is worth, man. Come on. Oh, there she goes. Okay, she put it in the chat, y'all. So do your homework. Go ahead and take a screenshot. It's not a game. It's not a game. I appreciate y'all, man. This is not a game. It is time to have the conversation. It's your girl, Dior Ashley Brown. I am so happy to be trying this thing out. This is the second time. Oh, what's up, Mike Hands? It's the second time we've been out here. It's been it's a new journey I'm embarking on, having fun with you guys on the live. Let me know if you like these Sunday conversations. Last week we did it at 2. This week we did it at 7. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if this is a good day. If y'all like the conversations, you want more topics, you know what I'm saying? Put that down in the comments so we can maybe bring those topics up, or unique topics. Send me a DM about any ideas that you may have. We can maybe talk about it and see how we can bring it on the show and have a conversation. I always welcome in requests, you know what I'm saying, so that we can hear other people's opinions. I try to bring up some information and resources. And before, I tune off, there were just a couple of things that, hearing Viola's experience on paying her worth and not being valued amongst her counterparts, fellow white actors and actresses, it made me think of artists like Hattie McDaniel. Yeah, Hattie McDaniel. If you haven't heard of Hattie McDaniel, Daniel, go and Google her. Hattie McDaniel won an Oscar back in the day. She won an Oscar. Excuse me, Oscar. Oh, that might have been on purpose. An Oscar back in the day. It looks like around the 1920s, and she could not receive her Oscar sitting right next to her counterparts. And those things right there, that segregation really existed even with her being a part of the industry and making the film amazingly what it was. Those types of things still existed. It also made me think of Lena Horne. I remember hearing a story when she was, traveling, doing a tour, and she was performing for the soldiers overseas, and how she had to perform in front of a divided audience with the white men to the front and the black men to the back, and how she got off stage to go and sing to the black men, and they called her probably called her many different things, but they, basically, thought she was a troublemaker. They called her a troublemaker and tried to stop her tour, tried to stop her work, you know what I'm saying? Because, she did all she could when she could to protest segregation and protest, that space of seeing black people and devaluing them, and, just all of those things. So, it really hurts me that to this day, that Viola Davis's value in 2020 is still up for debate, and here we have Lena Horne and Hattie McDaniel, who you've been hearing probably way before your time, probably the moment you were born, hearing about Hattie McDaniel and Lena Horne. And, these women had through these same disparities, the same experience with marginalization. And, it's just frustrating. It really is. So, we still have to have these conversations. We cannot let it die. You know what I'm saying? Like, the protest can be in any and everything we do. It can be through our music. It can be in our writing and our blogs. It could be in accepting who we are fully, you know what I'm saying, inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Protest and use all the vehicles. Get educated on government, call in, write in, Don't buy from people who don't value you or your culture. Protest can be active in so many ways, y'all. And it doesn't have to be any one way. And it doesn't have to stop. There's so many things you can do to protest a system that does not value Black people and Black culture and Black women and people of color. There's so much you can do. So I went over time, you guys. This is so dope. Sorry about the sound issues earlier. We're gonna keep trying this thing out. We're gonna keep getting things tight. Like I said, man, there's so much to talk about here in so little time. I'm like, man, I got a list full of things, but here, let me give you this this percentage real quick. American Association of University of Women reported, according to the U.S. Census, on average, Black women were paid 61% of what non-Hispanic white men were paid in 2018. That means it takes the typical Black woman 19 months to be paid what the average white man takes home in 12 months. That's even worse than the national earning ratios for all women, 82% as reported by AAUW. So that is the American Association of University Women reported. You can Google that. Get those stats, So yeah, I'm very excited. We're going to keep getting these things popping. I'm going to try to do another Sunday. Give me some ideas. Send me some DMs. Let's do this again. Let's have some more. I want DMs on topics. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to know what are the veins we want to get into? What are the things we want to unearth, right? So I appreciate you. It's your girl, Dior Ashley Brown. Have a happy, happy, happy Sunday. Make sure you follow me on YouTube for any of the past videos. We only did one other one. Ms. Dab is Bad, MIZZDABISBAD. I appreciate y'all so much. Love and peace.